Once upon a time, in a cozy den nestled deep within a great green forest, lived a little bear cub named Barnaby. Barnaby had soft, fluffy brown fur, a tiny black nose that twitched with curiosity, and big round eyes that sparkled like shiny chestnuts. Winter was coming, and the air was getting chilly. The leaves on the trees had turned from green to beautiful shades of red, orange, and gold, and they danced down to the ground with every gentle breeze. All the animals in the forest were getting ready for the big winter sleep, which is called hibernation. Barnaby watched the squirrels busy hiding their nuts, and he saw the badgers fluffing up their burrows with soft moss. For Barnaby, this was going to be his very first hibernation, and he was a little bit nervous and a whole lot curious. One evening, as the sun began to set, painting the sky in soft pinks and purples, Barnaby snuggled close to his mama bear. "Mama," he whispered, his little voice soft as a falling leaf. "What is hibernation? Why do we have to sleep for so long? Won't I miss all the fun?" Mama Bear hugged him tight and nuzzled his fuzzy head. "Oh, my sweet little Barnaby," she said with a warm, rumbling laugh. Hibernation is like a long, wonderful nap that nature gives us. The world outside will be cold and covered in a blanket of white snow. There won't be any juicy berries to eat or sweet flowers to smell. So we stay warm and cozy in our den and save up our energy for the springtime. Papa Bear, who had been listening with a gentle smile, added his deep, comforting voice. "That's right, son. And while we sleep, we have the most amazing dreams. Think of it as a special adventure just for bears." Barnaby's ears perked up. "Dreams? What kind of dreams?" "The best kind," Papa Bear said, his eyes twinkling. "You might dream of giant, juicy raspberries bigger than your head. Or you might dream of swimming in a river made of sparkling, sweet honey." Mama Bear chimed in, "And you'll dream of the warm sunshine on your fur and chasing butterflies through fields of bright, colorful flowers. When you wake up, it will be spring, and the world will be new and full of life again. It's a wonderful cycle, my dear. Nature knows exactly what it's doing." Hearing about the wonderful dreams made Barnaby feel much better. The idea of a honey river sounded delicious. He yawned a big, sleepy yawn. His belly was full of the yummy fish and berries his parents had helped him find, and the den was warm and safe. He snuggled between his big, strong parents, feeling their warmth surround him like a soft, furry blanket. "Will you be here when I wake up?" he mumbled, his eyes getting heavy. "We will be right here," Mama Bear whispered, kissing his nose. "We'll all wake up together when the first flowers of spring begin to bloom." As Barnaby closed his eyes, he thought about what his parents had said. He thought about patience and how sometimes you have to wait for wonderful things to happen. He thought about the beauty of the seasons, how the forest changed from green to gold to white and then back to green again. It was like a magical trick that nature played every single year. That night, Barnaby drifted off into a deep, peaceful sleep. And just as his parents had promised, his dreams were truly magical. He found himself in a land where the sun was a giant, warm drop of golden honey in the sky. The rivers weren't filled with water, but with sweet, flowing honey that sparkled and shimmered. He saw giant honeycombs hanging from fluffy, white clouds, and he could scoop out big paws full of the delicious treat whenever he wanted. He slid down hills made of soft yellow pollen and bounced on mushrooms that were as springy as trampolines. He laughed and played, his heart full of joy. He dreamed of the springtime to come. He saw himself chasing bright yellow butterflies through a meadow filled with daisies and dandelions. He could almost feel the warm sunshine on his back and the soft grass under his paws. He saw the trees bursting with new green leaves and heard the birds singing their happy songs to welcome the new season. Barnaby slept soundly all through the long, cold winter. He was warm and safe in his den, cuddled close to his loving parents, and in his dreams he was having the most wonderful adventures. When he finally began to wake up, he felt a tiny ray of sunshine tickling his nose. He blinked his eyes open slowly. The den was filled with a soft, warm light. He could hear the gentle sound of dripping water from melting snow outside and the cheerful chirping of a robin. He stretched his little body, feeling strong and rested. He looked up and saw Mama Bear and Papa Bear stirring, smiling down at him. "Good morning, our little sleepy head," Papa Bear rumbled happily. "Welcome to your very first spring." Barnaby scrambled to the entrance of the den and peeked outside. The world was transformed. The snow had melted away, and tiny green sprouts were pushing their way up through the earth. The air smelled fresh and clean, full of the promise of new adventures. He remembered his long sleep and his beautiful dreams. He wasn't scared of hibernation anymore. He understood that it was just a quiet time of waiting, a time for resting and dreaming before the fun of spring began. It was nature's way of making sure everything had its time and place. And so, Barnaby the little bear learned an important lesson. He learned about patience and trusting in the rhythm of the world around him. He learned that after every long, quiet winter, there is always a bright and beautiful spring waiting just around the corner, full of sunshine, flowers, and new things to discover. Now, it's time for you to have your own wonderful dreams. Snuggle down deep under your covers, just like Barnaby in his cozy den. Close your eyes and think of all the happy things that are waiting for you when you wake up in the morning. Sweet dreams, little one.